Alrighty guys, in today's video, I want to talk about the metaverse and how you guys can make a ton of money off it. Now, me personally, I think the metaverse is this up and growing sector. It's very similar to almost like an AI. Now, Facebook just recently came out and said, hey, we're changing our name. We're changing our name to Metaverse. Now, Facebook, the social media app, still going to remain Facebook, but the company that holds Facebook is changing. They're not Facebook, they're Metaverse. Now, you can see that FB, Facebook stock, is now Meta Platforms right here, but what is this? Now, Facebook explained it and Mark Zuckerberg explained it. It's the metaverse is pretty much where the physical and the digital world comes together. So this is pretty much anything from AI to gaming to a whole bunch of things. The sector is honestly super interesting, and in my personal opinion, I think it could be one of the best growing sectors to get in and make a lot of money. So with that being said, what are some solid stocks to buy for this metaverse? Now, it goes without saying, FB, right? They're changing their ticker here, but right now their ticker is FB. This is Facebook, but it's going to be Metaverse, and you can see beautiful growth. They're one of the main companies behind it. They're heavily invested into AI. The company stores billions of dollars in cash. Any company that competes with Facebook will either buy them out or virtually just make the exact same thing that they have, but better, and they put it on Facebook that 6 billion monthly users get to use. So any competition they have, they virtually wipe out. And you can see that the stock has an amazing growth. Really, lows here at $244, highs here at $384. Now, if we actually just look at the year-to-date return on this thing, it's a whopping 25%, and at the highs here, it's about 42. So you can see solid growth, solid numbers. Now, looking behind it, you can see that it has this tendency to use that 200 moving average line as support. It hits it several times, and each and every time we get a lot of buying pressure near and around there. So I really think we'll see the stock start creeping up to some highs here within the next couple of months. But this is just an amazing stock that is heavily invested into the metaverse. Now, the next one here is Matterport. Now, this company is virtually making almost like it's like 3D rendering. So if that just say I wanted to sell my house, right? And I didn't want people to come in, I can have Matterport create a 3D image of my entire house with all my rooms, closets, bathrooms, kitchens, living rooms, and you can walk through that house and pretend just like you're there. Now, that's why I think this company is going to be really awesome to watch. It's really competing with realtors in general, just because these realtors aren't going out and showing homes. They're actually just, in my opinion, it's a lot easier, but they're actually just sending them this info and they can just walk through it themselves. So it's really cool. And I think in the next 10 years, this is just going to explode. Imagine putting on VR goggles and being able to have the physical touch of looking and walking through a home, looking up and down and seeing everything. And this is just one example on how this company could take over just a small sector of the metaverse, and you can make a lot of money from it. But looking at the chart, you can see we had this huge explosion. Really went from this $10 all the way up to $28. Return of 160%, sold off virtually immediately, and actually crossed underneath that old support there at around $10.45, and then from there was just non-stop buying pressure all the way up to the price point of $22.60. But the year-to-date return on this is pretty solid here. It's right at around, if we actually draw it out, it's right at around the 109%. So that's pretty good for a stock that, honestly, in my opinion, is very volatile. There's definitely some risk, but overall, a ton of reward for this one too. Now, the third one here is ticker symbol U. So this is Unity Software. Now, this one here, in my opinion, carries a ton of growth. You can see little volatility. Now, this company does a whole bunch of things, anywhere from AI to gaming. They have apps on Windows. They have a variety of things. A company that's definitely going to be taking over the metaverse, in my opinion. And you can see we have definitely quite a bit of volatility in in this. And recently, ever since the announcement of the metaverse, we've had really this huge amount of buying pressure where even today it's up about 7% of value. And from the lows here, if we actually draw it out, that's giving a return of 115%, with a year-to-date return in general is still 60%. So that is pretty solid in my opinion. This company's an absolute powerhouse, and it's definitely worth getting into. Now, if that's just say you're like, Carter, I don't know what stock I want to invest in the metaverse. I'm too scared to buy these stocks. I'm nervous to buy them. There's too much risk involved. I get it. And this is what I would recommend. The Meta ETF. It's ticker symbol META. Now, what this company does is it virtually has all of the metaverse stocks pooled together in the form of an ETF. So yes, it's going to be a little more volatile, but you can see we've had this amazing growth here from lows at $13, highs at $16. Beautiful growth lately. Not to mention this thing is an absolute top growing sector. It has anywhere from holdings of, AMD, Nvidia, Roblox, Facebook. So companies that you believe in are virtually in here. Now, this one, in my opinion, is definitely taking a more conservative approach, but it's worth having. If you're thinking, Carter, should I invest in this? Should I not invest or invest in this? Invest in this. Take 5% of your portfolio, put it into some metaverse stocks, and just ride the wave. See what happens. Look at it in 10 years. Because I really think that this is the next growing sector, guys. So I hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys get anything in value, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you guys later. Remember to stay happy, stay positive, and stay safe. Take care.